Climate change impacts are already happening, and they're only going to get worse. In fact, Colorado is one of the fastest warming states in the nation, which means climate change isn't just about sea level rise. It affects all of us in the middle of the country as well. Here in Boulder County, we're already experiencing trends in rising temperatures, droughts, early spring runoff, and more frequent wildfires.
San Miguel County is a small rural county in southwest Colorado. We've got a population of 8,000. A natural disaster here could wipe out our reserves in a matter of a few days.
Our communities and our taxpayers should not shoulder the cost of climate change alone. These oil companies need to pay their fair share.
Rocky Mountain communities like ours are on the front lines. Our fragile mountain and grassland ecosystems are barometers of climate change. Over the next few decades, climate change is going to create profound threats to our local economy, public safety, public health. In addition to the trends we're already experiencing here in Boulder County, we're projected to face even hotter temperatures, more droughts, more wildfires, bigger wildfires, more precipitation in the form of rain rather than snow, earlier spring runoff, and more intense rain events that can lead to flooding. But this costs money, and we're already paying big costs for climate change.
The companies that knowingly cause this problem need to pay their fair share in cleaning up the problem.
It's not a matter of if, but when these natural disasters happen, and we can't afford it. If we have a wildfire in this county, we're looking at $250,000 a day in response from our taxpayers.
And these costs are just going to increase. By 2050, Boulder County will be experiencing costs running in the hundreds of millions of dollars to adapt to and mitigate the impacts of a changing climate. Road maintenance costs alone, due to higher temperatures, are going to run in the tens of millions of dollars over the next few decades.
While our communities have acted reasonably, these oil companies have behaved recklessly. They've known for decades that their products would harm communities like ours, and yet they use that time to repeatedly deceive the public about the truth and science. Our communities are seeking compensation for the damages that have already occurred, as well as for projects needed to adapt to future climate impacts.
For years, we've been doing everything in our power to address climate change, to reduce our carbon footprint, and to invest in resiliency projects so our communities are better prepared for these impacts. But the escalating costs leave us no alternative except to bring this lawsuit on behalf of our citizens. Why should our taxpayers have to foot the entire bill for something that was a known problem, something that could have been mitigated by the oil and gas companies that caused it? Our own community's emissions are negligible compared to that of the oil and gas corporations, which are some of the world's largest climate polluters.
We're confident that Colorado law provides a remedy to taxpayers and to communities like ours. We hope that our state and national policymakers will take a comprehensive approach to reducing the impacts of climate change and to supporting communities who are facing mounting costs. But in the face of inaction from state and federal government, we need the courts to also be a part of the solution. Our communities are counting on it.